So Damien and I met 5 years ago now?
7 years.
7 years ago.
2015.
We met 7 years ago playing Dungeons and Dragons in Emerald Knights in Burbank. And it's, I believe, the night that I met you, I was showing you a Ninja Sex Party music video that had just come out, and we just ended up being on the same table and playing. And one of our campaigns, we were pirates. We were
actually pirates.
I was the captain. He was my first mate. I was kind of a really bad captain because I think I set him on fire at one point. Sorry.
I probably deserved it.
I mean, I tried to put you out. I did. It was sort of. It was. I mean, we played together, and then we would hang out like after games, and we found out that we were both in the industry, you know, him on the acting side, me on the writing side, and this was before I got my degree or anything, and we just clicked. You know, one of the greatest things about living in LA is that you're a stone's throw from someone who is, you know, going to be a good fit creatively for you, and
right.
I just knew that when we first met, I knew that I wanted to do something with you, because I saw your demo reel and I saw your stuff, and you were just you have a really wonderful evil presence, and so I knew I wanted to do. You're welcome, buddy. I knew I wanted to do something with you, and then 2017 rolled around, and I had been a pirate, like a golden age historical pirate fanatic, like a nut, forever, and I finally got the idea to write this story down, and I needed a bad guy because your good guys are only as good as your bad guys, and I approached Damien with the first draft, and I was like, I'd like you to read this, and I'd like you to tell me what you think, and I want to know if you can see yourself as Hornigold. And he came back. Do you remember what you said?
I don't remember exactly what I said. I know I said I liked it, but...
Yeah. So I asked you specifically, like, what did you think about Hornigold, and your first words were, he's a bastard. I was like, yeah, all right, cool, you got the vibe. Yeah.
I mean, when I moved over here in 2015 from the UK, the first thing I wanted to do was to make some friends, and being that I've been a role player since, I thought, what better idea than to find a game store that runs Dungeons and Dragons, because everybody plays that. And so I rolled up there, and I think it was a matter of 2 weeks after I landed that we met.
Yeah.
So it's like really early on in my time here in Los Angeles, I met with Ruthie, and we played together for a good couple of years, I think, before everything kind of went crazy and the game stopped and so on. But that's the one good thing I think about LA and also about role-playing, is that it brings together people who might not ever get together otherwise. Role-playing is such a sort of a leveler.
It was great, and it was so fun, and like it is a lot like acting and like being on stage with someone, because I forget if this was like a quote, but someone once equated acting to like the true truth behind, you know, humanity and that sort of thing. And like, definitely not to that degree, but when you're sitting at a table with a bunch of strangers and you have this character and you're just having fun and you're playing this character, like your real self does kind of come out, and you're able to pick up on, you know, who might be your closest friends by the end of it, just because you gel so well with someone at the table. And that was definitely it for us, and especially after I saw the clips of you just being like a psycho, like mobster, like mugging at the camera and stuff like that. I was like, oh, he's good, he's really scary, I want him, something, I don't care what it is. It was fun. I'm really, really happy that we met and everything like that, because I wouldn't be here otherwise.
No, this is very true. We certainly wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't. But I mean, we picked a great time for this. You had the idea that you wanted to start the Kickstarter for this on June the 1st anyway, which is a great day to do it. And it just happened to be the same day that Our Flag Means Death renewed for season 2. Yeah. Which is...
like, if that's not a sign from, I don't know what deity, like, just pick one. I don't know what to tell you. In fact, let's talk about Our Flag Means Death a little bit, because you were on that show.
I was on that show. I played the young Edward Teach's father, Tyker's character.
Yep.
You want to tell me what? That's all you ever cook? it was obviously it's HBO, but we filmed at the Warner Brothers lot here in Burbank, and they had internal sets. With one of the sets that I was in had the whole sprinklers in, so it was raining warm water on me all day for the scene where I got killed by the Kraken, which was the most amount of fun I think I've ever had. And I ticked some bucket list items off. I got my first ever stunt double, wonderful guy called Steve Shriver, and I did wire work. I ended up, they attached a wire to me, and so when you see Father Teach get lifted off the ground and landing again, that's actually me, which I've never done before, so that was a real sort of bucket list item for me as well. But it was, everybody there was just incredible. It's just such a wonderful cast and crew, like a real family. It's just, you know, it makes me so happy to be in front of a camera or to be on stage or just to act. And then to be on a project like that with other people who feel the similar sort of passion that I felt, it's infectious, and you know, it makes my heart sing, and it validates my life decisions completely. You know, I moved out to LA, I sold everything in the UK, moved out to Los Angeles to follow this crazy dream to become an actor, and then I meet people like Ruthie, and I meet like people like the crew and cast of Our Flag Means Death, and it just. There's something really magical about it. Like, dreams really are made here.
You can make the dreams happen. You can make it happen, and it's wild. And like, by the way, I would like to take full credit for having the gift of sight for branding this man as a pirate. Just going to say that I knew you were going to be a pirate before anybody else. I'm going to take that credit as me.
That's
fair. All me.
But the thing about Los Angeles is, you know, they say this is the place where dreams are made, and it is. If you want it enough, you can make it happen.
Absolutely.
And that is the powerful thing about this industry, is if you've got a dream, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
You can. You've just got to put the work in. And if you put that work in, it will happen. Right? And this is like living testament. Like 7 years ago we came up with this. And, you know, it's been a rough few years. You know, we had a pandemic. Right before the pandemic hit, I had cancer, and I got given the all clear literally 2 weeks before the pandemic hit. Literally 2 weeks. So I was just getting my career off the ground again when everything shut back down. But even though I've worked more in the pandemic than I did previously, because it's all about wanting it. It's all about doing the hard work. It's all about putting that effort in. If you're an actor and you're not training, why aren't you training? Go train, because you need to get better. Professional athletes train all their lives. Professional actors should do the same. And I see a lot of people who are just, when they get an agent, they sit back and wait for that phone to ring. And you've got to make that phone ring. You have to do that. It's your career, it's your job. You do this. If you've got a project that you want to get off the ground, you've got to do it. You can't wait for people to do it for you. And that is the magic of LA. That is the beauty of being here. It is full of the people who are making this happen. And that's why I'm so grateful that I met Ruthie, and I'm so grateful that I've met all of my friends out here, the wonderful people in my life. And the craziness has happened on Twitter in the last couple of days as well, over Our Flag Means Death.
You have super fans now. You have like stans.
What's that all about?
I mean, you have legions of like, you know, tiny 20-year-olds who want them. They want to be adopted by you. They want you to be their fandom daddy.
I love all of these people. These are people. They're nerds and they're geeks and they write fan fiction and they're role players and they're cosplayers, and that's us.
That's literally us.
That's literally us.
Yeah.
We are these people. We are you. And like, if we can do this and you want to do this, you can do this.
I mean, and especially these days, right? Because like 10, 20 years ago, something like that, it was more of a closed off, industry. It was. And there's still, you still have to make connections. You still have to know people.
Yeah.
But like now we have YouTube, we have social media, we have all these things. Like, you can make it happen. Like, people have taken less and have really just put their all behind it and made something amazing, made something, memorable. I would not be here if I did not have the access to like social medias and access to you. And if I had not decided to go play D&D that one night, we wouldn't be here. It's like, take every opportunity you possibly can. And as far as the fan fiction goes, like, so if you're an actor, you need to constantly be working, training, whatever it is. If you're a writer, you also need to write all the time, every day, no matter what it is. You mentioned fan fiction. I still write fan fiction. It's your passions can and will be realized so long as you have that drive and you have that hunger for it, because that's what it is. Like if I know people who have like one thing and then after 3 years nothing happens and then they drop it, and you can't do that. Like you have to be like, you have to believe in it. You have to constantly get better as well. Because the death of any creativity is being like, well, this is as good as it's going to get, and then it's done. I just added rewrites to the script, and we're the scene that we're filming. You know, always get better, always improve, and be humble and be kind and make friends. Honestly, this is the game of making friends. Like it really is. This is the game of making friends.
The geeks shall inherit the earth.
The geeks shall inherit the earth.